Welcome to the Week 14 press conference. Second round of the FCS Playoffs. Up next for Montana's Eastern Washington. With me, I've got quarterback Cam Humphrey, cornerback Omar Hexonu, and head coach Bobby Houck. Coach, we'll just start with your thoughts, final thoughts from the win over Montana State and how you used the time over the bye week and your initial thoughts heading into Eastern Washington.
Okay. It was nice to have Thanksgiving week and weekend off last week. Had the opportunity to go back and review what was a dominating performance in our Week 11 game, and had some time and enjoyed watching our 73rd win over our rivals. So that was nice to be able to have that time off. We've had a couple of good days prep on Easter, and it's always interesting playing the same team twice. It's interesting. It's unique in college football. It doesn't happen very often. First time we played them, it was a good game. They got us, and Barrier's still a great player, and will be hard to stop. Their defense has played well recently. They're blitzing a little bit more, it seems like to me. So it should be a great game Friday night. Need our crowd there and riled up. Should be a lot of fun.
Questions?
Omar, your first rivalry game last time out against Montana State. Now you play another rival you've already faced before. So what did you think of Montana State?
Let me handle that. We have one rival. You guys refer to every eight times this year you've referred to the other team as the rival. We have one rival. We beat them last game.
Soundly.
Okay. Sorry, I need to interject there.
Hey, they're the ones that are always talking about you guys are their rival.
Well, we are. We're everybody's rival, but we have one rival.
Omar, what did you think of the Montana State game, and what is it like now taking that momentum into the playoffs? Can you?
There we
that
go.
Possible?
Thanks, Coulter.
No, it was a fun game playing against our one rival, Montana State. It was fun because, the energy from the jump was there. You know what I mean? Like, just from the first snap to the last, we just wanted to kick their butt, and I think we handled that well, and we just going to take that momentum, and we're going to go into this week, and we just going to handle business like we've been doing for the last few games.
Playoffs. So what's your perspective on the playoffs? Because you've been playing in the FBS previously, so now you're into a tournament style. So what do you think of just this format?
I think it's a good format. I think it's great because, it gives everybody the opportunity to show what they can do. It gives them the ability to go in the playoffs and take care of business. So it's do or die at this point. So just go out there, just handle our business, and get that W.
Hey, Omar, for you, Gavin Robertson was out for a little bit earlier in the year, but he's been back for about a month now. With you playing with them in the secondary there, what do you feel are the biggest things he brings to the defensive backfield?
Gavin's been a starter in this secondary for a while. So having him back, having that leadership, that accountability there, it's gonna dictate the game a whole lot better. And I feel like he gives us a great opportunity to win.
Bobby, just with this year, kind of a theme was obviously injuries, and you guys had such an early off week, just in week 3. So to have this last bye, how key was that just to even heal up a little bit and, just kind of reset after a 9-game stretch?
Well, playing it was 9 straight, wasn't it? Yeah. Playing 9 straight's hard. It's kind of luck of the draw on injuries. Most of our injuries are long term, so we're not going to get a bunch of guys back or something like that. But I think it's good physically and mentally to get refreshed, and certainly coming off of the rivalry game. Sorry, Coulter, I couldn't resist. Coming off the rivalry game, it's nice to be able to regroup and get ready for this one.
Kind of that mental aspect to see that refreshment, like, is that maybe the most important aspect, just after such a grueling 9-game stretch, to see them kind of mentally refresh, get a week off, and then kind of reset, especially after the rivalry game?
No, I think it's probably more important to heal up the bumps and bruises.
Omar, obviously, when you played them the first time, in your game plan, you could look at film of Berrier and the receivers, things like that. But now that you got a chance to see what they do kind of on the field, like how can you kind of use some of that into this matchup?
Yeah, it's actually it's pretty cool because when you watch them on film and you haven't played them yet, it's kind of like okay, when we play them, I wonder how it's gonna feel being out on the field, how fast they really play, how strong they are. So since we actually have a feel for them now, it's gonna be a whole lot. I'm not gonna say easier, but it's gonna go a whole lot smoother.
Cam, what about for you? Kind of touching on Kyle's question of just being able to have an off week and after that long stretch, and what that was like from a player's perspective, both physically and mentally.
Yeah, I mean, kind of what Coach Houck said, the biggest aspect of it is just getting healthy. Having that week off, playing 9 straight is tough, at this level. And we had some guys beat up a little bit. And, getting that week off, I think really helped us out for sure.
Obviously, I'm sure you wanted to finish that game against Eastern last time. What's it like kind of just prepping for them and getting another shot at them?
Yeah, I mean, Omar kind of said it. Watching a team on film, you don't really have a full understanding of what they're going to do or how they're going to play. But, and going at them a second time, you really have a good feel of their players, their play style, and their scheme. So we're really looking forward to it.
Omar, what's it like for them? They kind of obviously they like throwing the deep ball, but they also run a lot of screens and stuff like that. What's it like as a DB kind of having to defend both of those kind of things that they like to do?
We love it. In the corner room, we love it. We love all the screens. We love deep shots. So we're just gonna keep doing what we've been doing this whole year. If they want to throw a screen, we're gonna go demolish it. If they want to throw a deep ball, we're just gonna make sure it's not caught.
Coach, you mentioned that, maybe Eastern's blitzing a little bit more. Can you just elaborate on that? I mean, do you see that on film? And what did you think of the way their defense played on Saturday?
I thought their defense played really well Saturday. But, yeah, it's percentage of time they're pressuring. Not a ton of zone pressure, specifically man pressure. They're just doing a little bit more. I don't know why that is. It's just what they've chosen to do.
Number one, Lolo Limu-Jones, they move him around a little bit, at least in the 3 games I've watched of theirs. Do you see that? And if so, what does he add to their offense?
Well, add from –
what do you think makes him a dangerous receiver? What do you think made him a first-team all-conference level receiver?
He goes up and gets the ball. I think that's probably it. Seems to have pretty strong hands. That's what he does.
Bobby, their running back, Dennis Meredith, I think last time was the first time you guys had played against him, but when you went back, watched the film, review it again now, what stands out about him, and just how does he compare to some of the other running backs you guys have faced this year?
Seems like we've played big guys lately. He's not a big guy, but I think he runs a little bigger than he is. He's a downhill guy. He hits it hard. He plays really hard.
And similar to what I asked Omar, Gavin Robertson and Joe Babros also, neither of them played the first time against Eastern Washington, but having them back for a month and a half now, what stands out to you about how they've just been playing since they've came back?
Well, I think both those guys have played well. Defense is a team game. We've played really well on defense. Obviously, those two are key parts to what we're doing, and they're with the first group for a reason. So it's good to have them back, obviously.
Bobby, Brian Buscemi obviously has had a great year at punter, just as another first-team all-conference guy. Another one of these freshmen who kind of got thrown in the fire a little bit. Has he progressed faster than maybe you thought he would, or is he kind of doing exactly what you guys thought of when you recruited him out of Helena Capital?
Well, that's why we recruited him. We thought he was good. He's had a terrific year. He hasn't hit the ball great the last couple of weeks, so hopefully this weekend he'll get back to what he was doing a little bit earlier. But he's had a big year, and obviously we're glad we've got him.
Cam, just what's it like just as a senior? You get at least one more home game under the lights and what's going to be a fun atmosphere. I guess just what's that like, just knowing, hey, we at least get one more?
Yeah, I mean, every opportunity you get to play in Washington Grizzly Stadium is special. I mean, the turnout we had for the MSU game, but I mean, every opportunity you get, and front of Grizz Nation is awesome. And to go out there and play another game at home, playoff atmosphere, it's going to be special.
Just Omar, I guess kind of a similar question. Just your 1 year at the FCS level, you had the prolonged wait, obviously with last year getting postponed and then canceled. Just what's this year just been like? Experiencing like this and the success this team has had. Your year here at Montana.
It's been nothing short of amazing. It's been fun, being coached by Coach Houck and the rest of the coaching staff. It's been great. Got some great teammates. Got a great atmosphere, great fans. So I'm just looking forward to prolonging it, like you said, just making it last as long as possible.
Coach, besides their blitz game, is there anything else that you've noticed that they've been doing different since the last time you faced them earlier this season?
No, they're pretty much doing what they do. They had a little bit of 2 and 3 back offense last week, but I think that was game plan specific. It's pretty much, they've had a good year. They don't need to change a whole bunch.
Anybody else?
Coach, maybe how much do you and the staff kind of maybe enjoy a week like this when it is kind of the cat and mouse of making adjustments to the first game and things like that, and kind of just trying to devise a game plan when you're facing a team a second time?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of there's some decisions to be made on how much you're going to include the first game in your game planning. And then what games, are you going to include early season games, late season games? What are you going to include in your game plan? So that's kind of probably the art of getting the best plan together in terms of playing a team second time.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, Frank.